Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Today, we want to discuss something about the VIX 75. It's a strategy that I want to discuss with you. That it's a very good strategy, and it has a winning rate of 97%, unless there's a hidden news. And actually, VIX 75 has nothing to do with news. So there's nothing like hidden. But if in case we are using this strategy for Forex, this strategy is both for Forex and then VIX trading. Let's get into it. The instruments we are going to use, or the things we are going to use to get our strategy set, are the MT5 platform or the MT4 platform. You can use both the MT4 or the MT5. If you are using Forex, you can use the MT4 or the MT5. But if you are using VIX, that's the synthetic indices. If you are trading a synthetic indices from the broker binary.com broker, then you are going to use the MT5. And you need to set this instrument on it. The parabolic star should be in default, and then the EMA 55, EMA 8, and EMA 13. Stochastic oscillator also should be set in 533 and then 7030. And then the candlestick and also the ADX indicator, but the ADX is optional. ADX is optional. So I'll treat another topic with the ADX, but today we are going to use only the parabolic star and the default, the EMA 55, the EMA 8, the EMA 13, and the stochastic oscillator, which is also set at 7030 and 533. Let us get into it. When the operational we are looking for is looking for a trend. That is the operation. We are looking for a trend. That's all the trends. The parabolic star is used to identify the trend, and then the EMA 55, EMA 8, and the EMA 13 also support it to support identifying the trend. But the main trend seeker is the parabolic star. The stochastic is used to determine the entries, and then the average true range, the ADS, is also used to define the momentum of the market. But we are not going to use the ADS now. In the next video, we are going to trade with the ADX. So let's get onto the board and see how we can form it. We can form the indicators on it or the instruments on it. So we go and look for the moving average. We go to the moving average. We identify the period. We have the 55, 18, and then 30. So we set the moving average to the 8, which must be an exponential moving average. Let's use the 55. Okay, let's use the 8. This is the red. We are using the color code is red, and then we are done. And then we go with why is not showing here? The color code was red. Let me see. Yes, the 8. Yeah. Because there's another moving average also over there. And then we have another moving average, which is the 13. The 13, which is the color code is pink. Is it this pink or violet? Violet, yeah, this violet. But let me change this in. Let me change this in here. Let me rather do the 55, 8. I'll do the 55 with color red. 55 with color red. Good. And then the 13 will be pink, pink, this pink, no, violet, the 13 will be violet, and then the 8 moving average, so we already have the 13 on it, which is the violet, and then we have now looking for the 8, 8 will be green, the 8 moving average will be green, and then we are done. We need only 3 moving averages on it, so I think we will go with the 50 moving average. No, we delete it, we will delete it, so that we can have, we will delete it, delete the 50 moving average. Okay, so done. We did it. And now we have the stochastic. So we are going to use the stochastic too. So we will set the stochastic to 533. We have the 5 there. The K period is 5. The D period is 3, and then the slowing period also is slowing period is also 3. That is good. And then we set it to default. No, we set it that way, and then we come to the level. We want the level should be 70-30. So level should be 70-30. So here will be the description. Here will be 30 here. Will also be 70 over here. Good. So we have 70-30 here, and then we are done. Bam, we are done. Good. We have 70 here, and then we have 30 also over here. And so we are now left with the parabolic star, So we go there and set our parabolic star. We are going to look for it, add the parabolic star to it. Here is it, and the parabolic star must be default. It's default, so we just go onto the default, press on the default, then done. So the parabolic star is on it. So we are now set. Our instruments are now set. What are the operations? As I said earlier on, the operation is looking for a trend. The parabolic star is used to identify a trend. The stochastic is used to determine the entries, and then the moving averages also support the parabolic star. But we are going to use only the parabolic star in this course. So what are we going to do? The buy entry. With the buy, when the parabolic star is below candles, and the stochastic must be above 30. So when parabolic star is below candles, so let's see. It seems these candles are too big to view, so let's move it. Okay, I think this is okay. Yeah. So here we have an example here. We have a parabolic star that is below the candles here. Can you see it? So when the parabolic star is below the candles here, the parabolic star is below the candles here. You can see that. And the stochastic must be above 30. Stochastic must be above 30 and returning back to 30. That means it went down 30 and it is returning back. And that is what we can see here. The stochastic here return 30, below 30, and it is going back to 30 here. So we put a buy entry. You put a buy. And look at that. It bought from all the way from this price. Look at the price here. It bought from this price from 346.95.39 all the way to, look at that, all the way to 399.1, all the way to 339.1 99233.28. Wow, that's a maximum profit. That's beyond 1,000 pips on H1 time frame. Now, that is it for the buy entry. There are a lot of samples on the buy entry. There are a lot of samples. Look at this here. We can see another one here. Look at this buy entry here. The stochastic was here. And look at it. Look at the buy entry here. The stochastic was here. Look at it. The stochastic was here. The stochastic was here. And then the parabolic static was here. You can get this one almost about 500 pips over here. Wow, that's great. That's great. Another one here. That's great. That is great. Another one here. Now, let's go to the buy. There's a sell entry. With a sell entry, parabolic star must be above 70. The parabolic star must be above 70. And the stochastic, the parabolic star must be above 70. And we have an above 70 here. Above. The parabolic star must be above the candles. And then the stochastic must also be above 70. So the parabolic star must be above candles here, and that is it. We have the parabolic star above the candles here, and then the stochastic must be above 70 and returning back to. And then we have it over here. We have it over here. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it over here. Ah, so many pips. So many pips here. Look at it over here. So many pips. So many pips. So many pips. Look at it. It came all the way down here. So many pips. So many pips. More than 1,000 pips. And then we wait for the candle with the stochastic crossing the 70 line to close. So this is a candle. This is the actual candle above the 70. We have to wait for it to close before we put in our sell entry. So this can be closed, and then we put our sell. Look at it. It came down. It came down. It came down. Look at it. It came down. All the way down. Wow, that's great. That's great. You make so much profit. That's great. Always make sure before you put in an entry, the candle must be closed. Wait for the candle with the stochastic crossing the 70 line must be closed. Here is it. This candle must be closed. This candle here also must be closed. So it's closed because it was crossing here. There was a crossing value here. So when it crossed the 70, after this candle closed, we put in our sell entry. The same thing applies to the buy entry. The buy too, as the previous, we wait for this candle here to close. You wait for this candle here to close. So the candle closed. After it closed, we put in our buy entry, and it went all the way. Thank you very much. I hope this video helps a lot in trading the VIX or the Vol 75 and also Forex market. If anything you can do, hit my link. We are here to support. Thank you very much. Bye bye.